You know, I was thinking if Die Hard was filmed now, one of McCane's lines would probably be, "Dead ass, my guy." Can't imagine Bruce Willis saying that, but it thrills me to try. Tipsy Kaye, mother. Hey y'all, it's your girl NASB and welcome back to NASMAS 2018, aka an excuse to get tipsy and review Christmas movies. Today I'm taking a quick break from rom-coms and answering the age-old debate of whether or not Die Hard is really a Christmas movie. The 30th anniversary is this year, so I'm thinking my timing is great. The title of today's cocktail is something I'm very proud of because I came up with it and it's very punny. It's called Yippie. So it's a play, of course, on Yippie that McClane says in Die Hard. It's sweet tea made with Lipton tea. Well, it's a Lipton tea mix plus some apples and rum. Good, right? There won't be a video at the end of me making it because it's a very simple mix. Just do a 1:3 or 1:2, your choice, ratio of sweet tea and apples and rum. So remember the voice note from the group chat that I played in NASMAS 1? If you don't, it's probably because you haven't watched it yet, and I want you to just pause this and go and watch that and come right back. So there was a follow-up to that in which an argument was made for why Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Listen, if the central plot of the movie revolves around it being Christmas time, and Christmas time is a plot, the plot, it's a Christmas movie. Thank you and good night.
Okay, fair enough. And that is why we are here today. I want you guys to know I went into it with an open mind, and I could just give you my opinion right now, but I worked really hard on this video, so you gotta wait till the end. The plot of Die Hard, according to Google, reads as such. New York City policeman John McClane, Bruce Willis, is visiting his estranged wife, Bonnie Bedelia, and 2 daughters on Christmas Eve. He joins her at a holiday party in the headquarters of the Japanese-owned business she works for, but the festivities are interrupted by a group of terrorists who take over the exclusive high-rise and everyone in it. Very soon, McClane realizes that there's no one to save the hostages. But him. Dun dun dun. And that last part of the plot is what gets me. No shade at all, but what police officer is gonna be capable of taking down a group of terrorists? I mean, the FBI is utterly useless in this movie, and so is the entire LAPD, but this one man can do it? Who is he? Chuck Norris or some relative of his? Speaking of Chuck Norris, Jimmy Trivett was really in this movie being a whole ass criminal.
'Cause the eyes of the ranger are upon you.
Walker, Texas Ranger would be disgusted. Now I'm gonna give them some room in terms of execution of the plot, given that this came out in 1988, but the bad guys were really trash. Ooh, just got word. Bad guys are still trash in 2018. My bad. I will say though that when Hans Gruber shot Mr. Takagami, is that the name? I hope that's the name. I went, oh, so you serious. Oh, so you, okay, so you a murderer. You a criminal. Now, apparently there are plot holes in this movie to the point that entire articles and I'm sure videos were made about it, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't really care. It's the cast that really got me. First up, there was Alan Rickman. Rest in peace, my guy. AKA Snape. I found it hilarious that his death would later be mirrored by Dumbledore, by the way, and that he would be the one that was responsible for said death. Is that like a full circle moment? I don't know. Then we have, like I mentioned before, Jimmy Trivett. Now I know that Chuck Norris was the leading man and he's the one that had all the ladies, including my mom, I think, swooning. I always found the actor who played Jimmy to be really handsome and he was still cute in this movie. Oh my gosh. The actor who played him is Clarence Gilliard, but really, who knew his name? Not me. And then we have Carl Winslow. Oh my gosh, you guys, I was very excited when he showed up on the scene. His name was Al Powell in the movie, and the actor who plays him, his name is Reginald Vell Johnson. But come on, we all call him Carl Winslow. He developed a really quick bromance with McClane. Like, I believe he told him he loved him on like the second conversation. He must be a Cancer. And then there was the famous room where McClane was trapped in, looking down, like waiting for the fire trucks or whatever to come. And the significance of that to me came in because of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. If you don't know about Brooklyn Nine-Nine, the lead character in that, Jake Peralta, is obsessed with Die Hard, and they have like an entire episode or part of an episode where he goes to that room. So I was actually introduced to that room before it was in the movie. So these are the moments that all brought me some delight, and the joy that they brought me ticked a box in favor of Die Hard being a Christmas movie. It also got points because the wife's name was Holly. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but I went, ooh, yo, that was slick when I saw it. So another point for them. So the estranged spouses plotline, it was brought up in the beginning, pretty much absent for much of the middle or the majority of the movie, and then it gets resurrected in the end. It wasn't the strongest subplot, but I'm still giving the film a Christmas movie point for ticking the romance box. So that's all my points for it being a Christmas movie. Now, for those against. Let's start with this big one. You are not supposed to be holding your breath in a Christmas movie. The only thing that should be raising your pressure around Christmas time, besides family drama, is your food or the salt that's lining the rim of your liquor glasses. I wasn't even that attached to McLean, and yet I found myself having to remember to breathe. And then there were the problematic moments. There was a mention of police brutality. I don't know if they'd file it as something else, and I know this was in 1988, which is before discussions around these things were mainstream. I do wonder if it would even be treated differently nowadays, but I will admit that I had a moment of pause when I was watching it and Al Powell's character talks about shooting a kid. It's just... whew. Then there was a trash ass reporter threatening to call immigration on the maid just so he could get inside their house and interview their kids for a story. The wife slapping or punching him at the end was the least of what he deserved. So of course there was a lot of violence in this movie, but that is not a point for or against it in terms of it being a Christmas movie or not. Not in my book, at least. And they did throw in some comedy and some Christmas music to remind us that, hey, this is a happy-go-lucky Christmas movie with lots and lots of violence. But hey, Merry Christmas! So taking into account all of that, I'm ready to give you guys my opinion. I do agree with my friend. I think if Christmas is integral to the plot, or if Christmas is like another character in the film, then definitely it's a Christmas movie. That is not the case with Die Hard. Hear me out. I think that Die Hard could have taken place at any other season, any other day of the year, and it would not have lost anything. And that huge reason eliminates everything else that I've said before, and to me makes it not a Christmas movie. However, it is a great alternative to the typical Christmas movies, and I get it, and I get why people like it. I get why people make the argument for it. Alright, so that's it. Feel free to tell me in the comments if you agree or disagree with me. I'll see you next video. That boy Argyle was wild. Something about, if this is your Christmas, I can't wait to see New Year's. Boy, if you don't get